everybody. This is Halloween, and this is my Halloween album number 2, the big one. Here I'm showing you the cover with my skeleton covered with glossy accent. I still have to work on the crow and the flowers, but I just wanted to have this album uploaded to YouTube before we're at Thanksgiving. Um, so this is a cover I came up with. I wanted to put some coffins on it, but I couldn't find any, so I think I'm going to have to use my silhouette. Anyway, this paper is from Michael's Mystic Moon collection. I bought the 12 by 12 pack. I bought, all kinds of things on sale, so it worked out good. This is now the spine. That's about a 3-inch spine, and that's the back. I kept everything with that damask paper with the beautiful skulls in the damask pattern. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is a much darker album and a bigger album than the Pastelloween, which I'm showing you right now. So you can see the size difference. This one measures 10.5 by 9. The other one is like much smaller. I put the size in the other video. Someone had asked me what size it was. Anyway, this is the inside cover, and I did a little collage here. That's a photo spot. And right there, those are some die cuts, a skeletal die cut, a spiderweb die cut. I left that bottom part open so you can tuck the photo in. Those are my little pumpkins. And what else am I showing you? I just layered up this page. That's a strip of washi. So they had a little washi pack for that Mystic collection. That's Tim Holtz with those little word strips. Now here we come to the first page. And I did a little sort of a gatefold look. That's an Anna Griffin die. And I use a lot of Anna Griffin dies throughout this mini album. And right here, I'm just showing you how beautiful her dies are, because once you cut and emboss, I don't know, it works for Halloween for some reason. And this is a magnetized piece that I created. Started off with that circle die with the house, with the spooky house from Michael's. Added a Tim Holtz witch image, the pumpkin, and then the doily piece around. That's a AliExpress piece. And then I covered up the 2 magnets in the back. So how you get it to stick in place is using 2 magnets spaced out. That's how when you drop it, it'll hold and it won't shift. And these 2 covers are magnetized. But if I was to do this again, I would have just kept that whole block as one piece instead of having the little flips in the front. It serves no purpose. Right here, I did another little Tim Holtz image, Halloween image, and you can tuck the photograph underneath it. There's a photo spot. I didn't want to use the white stamp because the pigment takes like 10-15 minutes to dry. So I just said, forget it. I'll just tell you guys it's a photo spot. This is a little tag I made, an AliExpress tag, and I put the little fence, and you could still tuck something underneath it. Right here, I did a little flip. It flips up. You can stick a photo. You can stick another photo. So think of that like a 5x5 with a 5x7. Those are Anna Griffin pocket dies. Love them. And they're perfect for mini albums. She uses them on cards, of course, but I'm really using her dies for mini albums because of the sizing, 5x7. It works perfectly for mini albums, small or big. That's the other side, and the paper folds back, See my little die cut spider, and there goes my little piece that I created. So like I'm there telling you that it has 2 magnets in it. This mini album has a lot of magnets. That image on the side, the fortune teller, she's actually magnetized to the front because of so many magnets. So if I could do it over again, I probably wouldn't put so much. There goes that same pumpkin punch. That's another one of the Tim Holtz image on a card. Isn't she cute? And that's a little spiderweb die. This is just a tag, and I put a purple reinforcer. That's a die, the little coffin die. That's a coffin shaker die set from Michael's. And those are Tim Holtz apothecary dies. And then the labels, that's from Michael's too, part of the Ephemera set for the Mystic Moon collection. So they had everything. I don't know if they still have it because I was at a crop with this album working on it, and women went out to buy the paper and couldn't find the paper and couldn't find a lot of the pieces. Right there, that's the fortune teller. She's magnetized. guess I didn't do the pocket on the left side. There was a little pocket there. And this was a little assembly, little fold out, little kind of folding assembly that I created. So it folds that way, then it folds this way, 2 photo spots for 4x4s, and then that's the same fortune teller paper. So I kind of like it. It's like skulls and fortune teller and flowers and purples and owls and everything. Love it, love it. And snakes too. So like I told you, this is a more darker of the two than the Pastel Halloween. Right here, I use one of those Tim Holtz strips again. Lined it up. This paper is from Reminisce. About 2 years old. I think I got that on scrapbook.com. Love that paper. I only have a few sheets of it. But if you can find it, I think it sets a mood. And look how it just flows with the paper line. It just, the spooky woods with the blacks and the grays. Anyway, that's a photo spot. Flips back down. That's not magnetized. And that is my spiderweb die, which is on the cover of my Pastel Halloween album. Now, in this album, I'm using both parts of the die, the shadow layer and the top piece. On the Pastel Halloween, I only use the top. So it has a complete different effect. If you can see the detail, what I did in this album, I layered a lot of black on black, meaning that in real life, you can see the contrast. Like there is like a gray black and then a darker black, and I kind of layered them up. Instead of having too much contrast, I wanted a subtle contrast. Here I love, my favorite color is purple, so of course this purple page doesn't bother me at all with the third eye looking. There's some spiders running down. Oh, I love this. And I just created those little triangles with the little fortune teller ephemera right there, and it's magnetized. I was going to put something behind it, but I think I just like it like that. And this is a pocket using, again, Anna Griffin. This is one of her ornate border dies. Love her dies. I have to do a video on some of her dies and how you can use them for mini albums. Those are 2 little photo mats and little photo booklets. And with this die, it does come with the shadow. So I used both pieces. And then to add contrast, that's why I put purple behind it, because purple is on the other side. So it works. Here now I flip the flap out. So I guess I'm showing you that the page is all going together in some sort of way. That's a magnetized little tab. Flip it out, photo opportunity. You can put photos there too. Flip it over again. There's a photo opportunity. Another Anna Griffin die. That's one of her lace dies, one of her newer lace dies. Right there, that's that same pumpkin punch. And that's an AliExpress skeleton die. Skull die, I mean. Not the most cheapest die in AliExpress, but it is cute. And even when I got it, it was still very cute. So, okay. It was almost as expensive as a regular die, but really cute. This piece flips over and is magnetized. 2 little flaps. And they come back. And now when they come back, I'm going to also show you that I have a die cut image right there using 110-pound cardstock of the spiderwebs. Doubled it up, so it's 2 sheets of 110. And then only glued down one side. So I'm using it actually as a little tab. And you can stick photographs underneath there. I think it's like a 3x4 and a 4x4. Close to a 4x4. And on the edge, I put a little strip there with the bones. Yes, I was having fun. Not as quick as the Pastel Halloween, but this album came together. Love that paper too. Here's just 2 photo mats, and this is that same spiderweb die. I didn't put anything on it. Sometimes it's just nice to just leave it as it is. And that's the 110-pound black cardstock contrast with basil cardstock. Can you see the difference now? That it's subtle, but it works, especially in real life. Right here, I use the fortune teller, and that's the Anna Griffin border die again by itself. And that I also doubled up too. This is it with the shadow. So when it has the shadow, it's nice and, what's the word I'm looking for? Nice and firm, I guess. The firm is not a good word, but you know what I mean. I can't think right now. But when I have it like that, I will double it up, just layer it up on top of each other, just so it can stay stable. Right there, that's a little spot to put a photo opportunity. And then here, this piece is going to fold down and fold down again. So it's two flaps that interact. Love that paper. And right there, you see the fortune teller hands left from one of the cut aparts, and it says Collector of Curiosities, photo spot. Another photo spot with my apothecary jar that you can stick a photo mat under. And there's your third eye again, looking up at the other piece with the third eye and the fortune teller. Yeah, I was enjoying the paper. It had its moments. Now, this piece, I had put that on before I did everything else and couldn't take it off. I despise it, but I decided to make it work by adding that little piece that I'm showing you now, the little assembly there with the spider web layered 3 times, a little label, a little Tim Holtz man, and a little apothecary jar. I think it works, but I would have liked it to have been pattern paper instead. But, when you make a mistake, then you make it work, and then sometimes you have happy accidents, and if you love it, great. This says Happy Halloween on this magnetized tab. That's one of my little pumpkin dies, one of my little fence dies, and that crow with the swords, that's a pad from Michael's too, like a whatever size that is, 6x8 or 6x6 or something. This is another Anna Griffin die, and it folds out, the flap folds out, where you can see it says look into my crystal ball, and then that piece is supposed to represent the ball. So I can either put a photograph in there or the dreaded journaling for me. This is an apothecary bottle again, jar, and with the photo mat behind it. I like those apothecary jars. They sort of filled up the page well. And that's that reminisce paper again. Here's another flap, 2 photo spots, and some washi. Didn't use as much washi as I thought I was going to. I planned it, but it just didn't happen. More photo opportunities. Here's a pocket, and again with my little spider web die. And there goes 2 photo mats that tucks right in. And so I had fun making these assemblies. It's like, just layer upon layer. That's an AliExpress die, the mummy. And he's like 3 or 4 layers, and it says that's one of those little Tim Holtz signs. They had a whole pack of them at Michael's, the Dead of Night. That's that EK Success Spider Punch. There goes my reminisce paper again. And yes, I only had like 1 or 2 sheets. That's why you're seeing it used in little strips. So where I don't use one, I put it back again somewhere else. Here's this poor sad young lady, but I did lift her. Half of her lifted up so the photo can tuck underneath it. And those are dies. That little banner one, that's from AliExpress, should still be there. I'm going to provide links in the video so you can try and see if you can find it. That little mummy, I wish he had a shadow, because I tried to fill out those open pieces, and oh no. That was like 30 little pieces of paper. It wasn't going to work. His eyes, I'll give you a link for that as well. It's some little micro beads that's good for eyes, so you don't have to use googly eyes. That's Anna Griffin's opulent border die again. Hopefully I'm giving the right name, opulent or ornate. She uses names like that all the time. This is a flap. I've been dying to say hello. And that's just plain with the pattern paper. Can always put photos on later. I did go to a Halloween party yesterday, so hey, why not? That's my little spider web die with the photos. Can put photos behind it. This is another Anna Griffin die, a lace border die in purple. Love it. And that's a belly band. And I just put her die on top of that belly band piece, which is a long black strip, and then put her die cut in purple. This is a little booklet, like a photo booklet. So you can collage, like, that can easily fit 6 full-size photographs in it. And if you cut the photographs down, it can fit even more. This now, I love that owl paper, but below it, all that sky piece was so empty. So then I kind of collaged it. This I'm happy with. I love the Till Death Do Us Part. I use a little Tim Holtz image of the married couple. That spooky house, AliExpress. The fence, I think the fence, I have to look. That's from my stash, so that's older. The bats, that's older too. But I'll look and see if I can still find it and who makes it. Because that fence, lovely. And then I also rubbed it with a new pigment, metallic pigment dye that I found. Not dye, ink. So there was 2 photo spots here. This is another photo spot and another Anna Griffin die. Comes layered too, so I can just cut the oval and stick a photograph right in there. This was just playing with paper. Miss You to Death with the cut up parts. And right there, that's that same AliExpress border and a piece of washi lining the top. These are 2 AliExpress tag dies. See, they have the little wonky stitch, not wonky stitched. That's a pocket right there, a shallow pocket. Playing with paper, representing the night sky. And that's that Michael's paper, the Winged Man. The silver die cut piece, I think that's from Crafter's Companion, but not loving it there, but it is what it is. And I love the little skulls, kind of Pirates of the Caribbean, but Halloween too. It's all good. And this now closes up, and underneath that whole assembly is a huge belly band, side loading. So that's like an 8x10 piece that goes in there underneath that whole assembly. So I got that inspiration from Kathy King, Paper Phenomenon. So I had to use it there. I thought it worked well. Here's another Anna Griffin die. This one didn't cut out so well on the paper. I think it was too much pressure in the Empress. That's a little pumpkin punch. And this die is available currently on AliExpress. Love that haunted house. Those are some of my spiderweb dies and spider dies. And this whole page in all the shades of black and gray and all this is just all sorts of goodness. And the die, the AliExpress die with the house, I paper pieced that. I think I'm going to do another video where I show you guys what I got from Michael's, what dies I got from Michael's, and what I used in here. Because, you know, some of these things you can probably still find. Use them next year. Or if you're making your album from now. And that flips up. That's a magnetized flap. And that comes down. There's 2 photo opportunities, 4x6. And then those are 2 flaps to hold. And more photo opportunities. And these are 3 pockets I made. That's an AliExpress die that gives you that little border edge. That's about a 5.5 size. This is 5.25 by about 7. That also fits, you know, it can fit a lot of tags in there. And this is another AliExpress border die. So I have a few things to show you guys if you're interested. Comment below. Let me know if you would be interested in seeing what I used here, especially what I used from AliExpress. I'll put some links in it. That's the back cover. That's the spine. And what am I telling you? Oh, I think I wanted to put flowers there, like black flowers. I'm not 100% sure because I know this cover isn't done yet. I'm feeling it, but I'm not feeling it. And the lace comes from AliExpress too. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Happy Halloween. Bye.